We're back for another episode. Italy Jet, Lesley, what's not a Red Sox spring trade without some drama? How's it going, Lesley?
I think better for us than it was for at least the Sox earlier this week. I think it's kind of calmed down a little bit, but save the drama for your mama, kids. Let's not do this. We haven't even had a game yet,
And
for
that's
goodness
why,
sakes.
and that's why in the description when I texted you the other day, I'm like, how fitting. How fitting should this be? It's every year it's like clockwork. It's like clockwork the first week or two. It's
It's
absolutely
ridiculous.
insane. Absolutely
Yes.
insane. Leslie, start us off with this because I my head is spinning and you have a lot to talk about with this.
Well, I don't know that I have more than most people, but it starts off with Rafi having his little presser, which I feel like he did last year. He had some grievances to air, just like he did last year. This one in particular was that he is, kind of upset that in his mind they hadn't really discussed him not playing third, with the addition of Breg. And while I get all of that, I get that you'd be upset if, especially if it's true and they really had never brought it up, and the possibility that they might actually get Alex Bregman, um, Gold Glover, third baseman that we now have on the Red Sox, but let's not focus on that right now. I could understand being upset about it, but the stance when he had his press conference of him being like, "I'm not gonna not that's mine and you can't have it," sort of stance. I don't think that was the best look we could have gone for at the beginning of spring training. Honestly, I think that's where it starts, right? So we could talk about that for a little bit if you want. I think he's kind of calmed back down and back in reality of you have the Gold Glover third baseman on your team now. So maybe let's see how things pan out. It's not like a forever thing, and DH is, I don't know. To me, DH is a great gig, but um,
Unless you're Masataka Yoshida, he doesn't
well,
like to be full
I'm
time
not
DH.
sure. Right. Well, he didn't like doing both either. So let's,
How do
um,
it's hard to love but I still love Masa. I still think he's gonna have a
I
great
love
year.
I love Yoshi. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that's where a lot of the drama started, was with that.
Mhm.
And then Alex Bregman comes out and says, "I will play whatever position is best for the team."
Mhm.
And again, to me, and I put this on my socials, I really that's the correct response.
Mhm.
You will do what's better for the team. And honestly, that speaks to the veteran that we've all been asking for on the Red Sox. It's great that
Mhm.
we now have that, in my opinion. I think that's fantastic. It's exactly what we've needed to have that. He didn't even think twice, like, I will do whatever is best for the team. And that's all anybody's asking of any of these guys to do, is do what's best for the team. It's team sport. It's not just about you.
What's crazy is Yoshida has said that, wherever they play me, I will play. Bregman
Right?
Bregman said the same thing. I did not expect that from Yoshida.
Yeah.
Bregman said the same thing, and it's like these guys get it. But when it comes to Devers, I mean, here's the thing: if
I have a
you're,
couple things about this, but go ahead. Yeah. There's lots to
we
unpack with what's
were
happened.
right in front of the Marlins for worst defensive errors in the infield and possibly in the outfield last
Yes.
year, and half of that
Worst
has to
infield.
deal with Devers.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to make any demands right now. He needs to get it together as far as infield defense wise. Hitting,
Hmm.
no problems. Love you all day long.
Right.
But he
1000%.
needs to get it together. And if that's what it takes to bring Bregman to fire something in him
Yeah.
to get him going,
Yeah.
great. And I think it will. And there's been sources around the league in the MLB um that he will calm down and he will, according to Bleacher Report, that he will calm down, and once he starts to fit in with the system again, once he starts to what it, look, like what's he like once it's going in a winning direction
Hmm.
and everyone's bought in that he will calm down. Right now, he's just no at third baseman. I'm going to stay at third base. I just think Cora's got this under control. I'm not really worried about. I think
Yes.
it's the first 2 weeks thing. I think they all got under control. There's always drama in the beginning. I think
Yeah.
going to be just fine.
I
So
think it's going to be fine. I think my issue and there were so many things to unpack with the whole situation. But when he
reminds
said
me of
like
story, right? It reminds you of the story
it's
what he did 2 years ago. So
exact. Well, and I had the
it's
same issue with Story, right? Like,
we all did.
no,
Yes.
you're gonna play what we tell you to play because this isn't like a your decision. But when he said, I mean, like, and Raf's like, it's my decision, and I'm like, it's absolutely not. It's absolutely not your decision at all. That is your manager's decision, and I don't. The whole thing for me. And on top of all of that, like we've all been okay with him not being the press guy, like not being the player, like, not being
Yeah.
Millar or not being Poppy or
Mhm.
Pedro or Tech or Wake that's going to go out there and talk
Yeah.
to the media.
Mhm.
And for the second year in a row, he's done it during spring training and just like aired all of his grievances, which is his right. He has every right to do that. I just don't think it's like the best look we got going for us.
Mhm.
Um, so that's it with Raf. I mean, I definitely see both sides with
I
the
see
Raf
both
thing.
sides. Agreed. Yeah.
Like maybe they didn't. I mean, the Bregman thing, no one actually thought was going to happen. Um, we all hoped, and especially the fans, right? Like we are all hoping and praying that that would happen, but maybe they really just didn't think it was going to come to
Right.
fruition and didn't prepare Raf for the possibility that if Breg gets on your team, that he might move to DH or might move to first base or wherever they
Mhm.
deem appropriate. Maybe he stays at third, whatever.
Mhm.
Um, so I definitely see that. I just think maybe having that discussion with your manager and other people within your organization first before airing it to the press might be the first step we go. But they're
Eh,
young still, so it's
right.
it's
26 years
okay.
old. 26 years old. Well, and it also didn't help that they sat him down and they were going to get Bregman. They didn't see Devers for like 9 days. So
Yeah,
that
exactly.
that didn't help. I
It
get
did
that.
the way they just went about it in like probably the worst possible way they could have. So the ref thing, while it was not the way it probably should have gone down, you can kind of see both sides of it.
Right. And that's the
And
thing
then you
with
have
Bregman.
Bregman who's still acting like exactly how you want your players to act. So
Right.
that's refreshing.
All the drama
That's
leading
refreshing.
up, all the drama leading up, and Bregman's just like, it'll be fine. It'll work out.
That's
And
exactly it.
even coming in, they didn't even talk about position they were going to put him in. They were just like, no,
Yeah.
I want to win. Let's freaking go.
Yeah. And I mean,
So it's
and
okay.
Brock Holt said the same thing, like there's just a lot of unnecessary drama right now and doesn't need to be. So let's just kind of move past it. So you had all that happen, and then they give Casas a chance to speak.
Listen, I'm going to say something about Casas before you go because you have a.
Go. Go for it. Go for it.
The
You're up.
media did what they intended to do. Okay. They
And I have a
asked
point. I have a
him
point to that. So yes, go.
They asked him questions that Casas was going to be brutally honest about. They knew how to make him look bad, and he took the bait. Okay, I'm not the only one that's saying this. There's a lot of other people that
Oh,
are saying this. So it's like Casas was going to take the bait no matter what. He's done this before, and he will do
yeah,
it time and time again. They
yeah,
made it. They had an agenda, and they made him look bad, and he took it. And now it's like, oh, Casas, oh my gosh, they threw you a bone, and you were supposed to just go. No, you took that bone and you ate it. Like that's how. And continuing with that interview with the prospects, continuing the interview with the Devers thing, continuing that interview when it came to Story and Bregman, it's like, oh, Casas, just stop. Oh, just
yes.
stop.
But he
So
also, this
it
isn't
is
his
what it is.
first year. That's not his first year. So we had
Mm-hmm.
like take
Mm-hmm.
everything you know about the kid
Right.
because he is. And here's my thing, because everybody keeps going, oh, well, why would she ask that question? Of course she asked the question.
She's got to. She's a journalist. She's got to do it.
Any journalist would, because she knows her audience or her
Yeah, she knows
focus
her
right
audience.
now.
Correct.
And
Correct.
that
Yeah.
is Tristan Casas. She knows 100% that he's going to take the bait and answer that question. And he's not going to say, that's a question for my manager. That's a question for Alex Cora. Right out of the gate. He hit it, and I was just like, huh, that's that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
That's a lot to unpack.
I mean, what are you thinking?
Oh my
Like,
gosh, yes.
your brain is not connected to the rest of your body at that point, because all of it,
Yeah.
all of the drama, like it could have ended right there. That's a question for Alex Cora. Um, it's not your decision about Roman Anthony or Christian Campbell. It's not your decision about Breg or Raf. It's not your decision at all. In fact, I
Yeah.
think you should just be focused on being the best first baseman you can be right now.
Mhm.
And I understand that he's probably feeling a little threatened because how things could
I agree.
possibly work out.
I agree.
But
Yeah.
the response was unbelievably
It
just
was honest. It was too
inappropriate.
honest. It was too honest. That's what it was.
Well, I don't know if it was honest necessarily, because I don't think that, I mean, in his opinion, it might have been honest, but I don't feel that Roman Anthony and Christian Campbell should stay in the minor league for another year or
And
whatever.
Marcelo Meyer, I don't agree
And
either. I
Marcelo
think
Meyer, like,
yeah, yeah.
what are you thinking?
Mhm.
Um, and instead of, just focusing on maybe an impact it could have on him, he should be focused on the impact that it has on his team, which
Mhm.
really is my biggest pet peeve about all of this, is just focus on what's best for your team and not what's best for you,
Right.
because your team is what's more important. And that's coming from a person. I only did team sports with like swimming and dance.
Mhm.
And I because I was the person that always like felt like, if it's a team sport, I'm the one that's going to be let down, because I'll give it my all, but you can't guarantee that other people will. This is a
Right.
professional sports team, so in theory, they should all be giving it their all every single game, putting it all on the line. Let's get to the playoffs.
Right.
And to have the energy, and like everybody's still so excited about having Bregman on the team, and for him to come out and just almost try to kill that vibe, I felt like it just was so incredibly uncool. Um, but that's uh,
It was a lot to take in
it was a lot to take
for
in,
the
and
first
I
week.
just,
Yeah.
of course, he was going to answer the question. She knew 100% the
Yeah.
second like he was up there that he would take that bait and do it,
Yeah.
and never just say it's up to my manager. And that's all he had to say. That's all he had to say, and all of this very much unnecessary drama could have been avoided. Um, Yeah, I mean, these are especially with how, and I'll shut up here in just a second, I apologize. How
No, it's fine.
much hype the Red Sox have right now and how
Yeah.
good we all think they could be this year.
Facts.
The media is going to be asking these types of questions, so we need to kind of like
Agreed.
be prepared for the questions, and then also, teach the guys that you probably shouldn't say that. If you think that, that's an clubhouse decision, then just say it's up to Cora or whatever. But there's just
Right.
no need to air your dirty laundry the second week of spring training. There's just absolutely no need for it, and that's all that they did this week. was was
Yeah.
that. So, and then, like I said, then you have the veteran on our team that I'll do whatever makes us the best team we can be. That's all you
Mhm.
have to say. The end. Like, that's it. What are your thoughts? I'll shut up for a minute so you can go.
Well, it's just kind of funny that Story hasn't really commented on it a little bit. Like that's kind of
It's a
odd to me,
little,
to be fair.
yes, but maybe
Because
they kind
maybe
of washed it
maybe
all down after it. Casas
maybe,
decided to
I
stay.
mean, but him and Bregman have been getting really tight, so it's
Yeah.
that also could be the connection is strong right now. Um, I think it will simmer down. I think, but it is a
Oh
little
yeah.
too odd that I haven't seen Story do something yet. But hopefully, he just stays quiet and let's just focus on baseball, and he just doesn't get hurt. I'm going to pivot to we signed Matt Moore from the free agency minor league relieving pitcher. Could be end up being maybe starting pitcher eventually in the minors. Maybe he could come up eventually during the season. That's a good ad. I
It's a
hope
great
he
ad.
does well. Goes in spring training and surprise some people. Probably not. He's probably just going to be a minor leaguer. You never know though.
Just going back to it, I think if everybody can just focus on, their focus should be playoffs and really nothing else at this point. So let's
Mm,
focus on getting there.
right.
Mending, melding the team together, getting there. I do think it's going to be super exciting though. I know several
Mhm.
people that are going down this weekend for some spring training games, and I think
Facts.
I might be down there next weekend.
Ooh,
I haven't
fun.
committed yet. Um, I could be down there next weekend to go watch a couple games, which I'd be super excited about. Last time I was there was 13, which superstitious me thinks that was a
Oh
good year. We
boy.
should do that again. Um,
Facts.
but yeah,
Facts.
I really enjoy. I like to go watch them.
Love
Do
spring
those
training.
spring training. It's just super fun. Obviously, it's also freezing here, so it's a little bit
It
of
does help.
encouragement.
Yeah.
Around Florida, but yeah, I mean, I want to see these guys that I've been hearing about and hearing about and hearing about
Facts.
in action. I think that's awesome. So it could be good.
Overall, overall, they when it comes to spring trade, they have been saying that they are going to move some people around, like Campbell in the infield.
Yeah,
They are moving Romy to first a little bit, going to have him Romy Gonzalez going to be at first a little bit more, and they're moving pieces in the infield and the outfield, and I think it's going to be very. I'm really interested to see how it all plays out because I'm interested about their backup catcher as well, who we got in free agency. I'm just so excited from all of a sudden we've been talking about it's finally on the field because the Rays, they got some good signings and they're going to be playing their young guys as well. So
yeah.
I'm excited that spring training back. I'm excited baseball's back. Bregman is exactly what we need at the right time. Pitching need at the right time. It's all coming together. Now it just needs to go on the field now. It just needs to be on the field now.
Just
And
go on
I'm
the
excited.
field. Yeah,
I'm
and I mean,
excited.
I watched some of the social content today, and it looks like they're having some fun. They had a like, of course, I'm thinking as myself doing a slip and slide at my age, I'd kill myself. But they were doing a slip and slide with sliding into whatever base today on their socials, and it looked like they were having a good time down there. So hopefully, it was just a couple days drama that we're all over now, and we can just focus on playing
Focus
some
on
baseball. Like
facts.
yeah, it's baseball. It's fun. Let's keep doing that. Um,
Go baseball.
I did the old yeah,
You
just go
did.
baseball.
That's
Just
what
go
you said.
baseball.
That's what you
Go
said.
baseball.
That's what you said last time too. Um, Leslie,
Well, it sucks.
final thoughts, and then
Uh
I will end this.
yeah, final thoughts. I mean, let's just stop with the drama, go play some
Amen.
baseball, and yeah, that's it. That's all I
My
got.
my
Save
final
the
thoughts.
drama for your mama,
There
kids.
you go. Amen. Amen.
If
Or
I could
just
have
go
found that shirt, I would have been wearing it for everybody today, but I couldn't find it. So,
or go get something to eat if it's not too cold or snowy outside. Um,
yes, exactly.
for me, it's not a Red Sox spring trading without drama. That's why it's there in the description. Let the drama settle down. This is a very promising year. I'm
Very
excited for all the
promising.
games this weekend and next week. But guys, I'm Italy Jet. This is Leslie. Please follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for all the views and comments. We really appreciate you guys. Follow Dirty Wire Dispatch as well for our episode 12. And this one's specifically for Leslie. Look at the beaut. Oh, it's just so
Oh,
beautiful.
she's so pretty.
So beautiful. Beautiful. But guys, we'll see you next week. Peace.
Thank